Two unique things.
Yes. So, you know, the carousel mechanics.
Are we looking at all chat? Solo says that he's griefing Becca.
Why?
Dog with the single lamau.
I'm in last.
Okay, the biggest discussion when it comes to the purple carousel. Which unit's the best?
Yeah, and so there's a couple of early candidates that people feel are very strong. One of them is Fizz, because he is the key component for Mech Pilot, because you need 3 of them with Fizz, Annie, and Rumble, and Fizz is the rarest at 4 cost. Another idea is to get Jin early so you can get your win streaks going, because Jin is very powerful, and when you're only playing 3 or 4 units, every time Jin just automatically kills 1, it just means that he will most likely solo it. So those are 2 candidates that I've seen people discuss as very powerful early Purple Haze champions.
No Jin yet today.
Yeah, Jin takes a while to ramp up with the Chrono, and Chrono, like, you see these fights, they're over so fast with the assassinations going on. But yeah, the 4 cost units, Irelia guarantees pretty easy cybernetic if you don't want a hard road.
Fair enough, that's also good too.
Shogath allows you to hit Brawler because you just need the Vi, and then you round it up with the Blitzcrank and the Malphite, and suddenly you have 3,000 extra health by, you know, round 2.
Yeah, things
Oh, cybernetic Lucian and cybernetic Fiora.
I like it. And he's likely to come across the Leona.
Does he go for it? He doesn't buy it right away. Is considering his option, but it's hard to pass up cybernetic this early on.
Right, the alternative is maybe even selling for eco, but I do like the early cybernetic because win streak has proven to be super effective to get you to that top 4.
Pretty sure he'll go for it, but he just wants to maximize his chances, sees if he gets gold. This way he doesn't have to like commit too hard. Oh, never mind, he's just...
Oh no!
Oh, got units.
You didn't have to sell.
Get a Poppy if you
Get
want.
a second Poppy.
Or maybe he's just like, I'm running cybernetics. It doesn't matter if I have a Poppy.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't purchase the Poppy, so perhaps it does indicate.
He has 2 graves in the shop as well.
He'll push the level here, right? Or does he not want to run Protector? That's very ballsy.
Well, so the interesting thing is that he has also 2 graves in the shop that he could also play. So instead of going for early cybernetics, he could just be playing good units early, and then maybe trying to recover on his eco.
Oh, this is quite a decision. I think most players would just push the extra level to put in a level 2 unit, but if they're feeling confident in cybernetics, doesn't feel the need to. And if he loses, it's not a big deal.
I actually do want to see how these end up faring, because you have that whole, everyone has an item, but they're not complete, and they're 1 star, but everyone has a 4 cost unit. There's the 2 star about to go down in the first, so that's a good sign.
Wait a second, where's Dog's purple unit?
Dog must have sold it.
He sold it.
He went for the gold.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not necessarily even just about gold, but like maybe you get the item off of it as well because it might be stuck on something you don't want.
And if it's something that you just entirely are not ever going to build the comp around.
Right, and I think that's like something that'll be difficult for us to extrapolate. So if you want to follow along, you should definitely just go on Dog's stream. Maybe it's something we should mention. Everybody's streaming in this competition, so you can go ahead and head to their individual channels as well.
I would love to know what he got. If it was a Soraka, it's like, yeah, it makes sense. You know, Soraka's not going to do too much.
I'm going to sell here probably. He's doomed, yeah.
You know, Soraka does heal everyone on the board for 300, but when you only have 4 units, that's not really value. We saw the Cho'Gath player being really happy, had some Malphite 2 already, and Malphite's one of those units that scales really well with more brawlers because he gets percentage-based shield. So when you have 4 brawlers, you're essentially doubling up on that health bonus.
Anyone that picked up a brawler or a vanguard or cybernetic feeling that early pressure. The GA's already popped in the back.
Oh, that Irelia dashing
Oh,
in.
what a hero. Blocks it for the Lucian. Lucian, can you...
He almost got the ult off again. That maybe would have been able to keep him.
So that was kind of a punish because Dutanera not only sold things like his 2-star graves, but he also leveled a turn early, a round earlier before everyone else. So that gamble did not pay off, and maybe cybernetic 1-stars with an Irelia is still not enough, Toast.
I do call in question his decision to include a level 1 Yasuo to get Blade Master instead of maybe a level 2 Graves, which would have given him Blaster. I think maybe he just tunnel visioned and was like, my Irelia is a Blade Master, so this is going to give me the upper hand, but that Yasuo really ended up doing nothing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dot11, the person that was able to get a back-to-back victory, has that early game Wukong, Wukong being one of the early frontrunners of strongest units in the game at the very beginning of Galaxies, but since has gotten nerfed a little bit, and now is probably in a very reasonable spot. But his ultimate is still extremely impactful.
And he has the GA to try and get that off as much as possible. Gets into the back line, and there's the shot onto
Oh, did it get
That was
interrupted?
enough.
Don't worry, she's gonna shoot again.
Yeah, and you know what? Just a little bit too much stun and a little bit too much front line.
That 11 doesn't even lose a unit.
And he had the Vanguard going, he had the Chrono because the Caitlyn in the back, so Wukong really being an effective pickup for him.
Yeah, you can see they had similar idea where Becca and .11 had a front line, Vanguard versus Brawlers, and a Chrono back line to kind of like ramp things up. But .11 has the eye edge on the Caitlyn, which is just way too much damage compared to measly little Shen on Becca's side.
Two people still streaking right at the top. Da is one of them. Ends up picking up the bow, Sona.
With his bow, and he has a Caitlyn already, it seems like Da11 is favoring win streaking with the Chronos. And that's something that we haven't actually seen in some time now.
Whoa, rolls a really early Wukong.
Is that bait? Because the thing is, you're going to be holding on to Wukong for a long time, and it costs so much economy. Oh, he's just going to play it.
That's how you get value
There
out
you
of
go.
that. Just run a second
you
Wukong.
justify your investment just playing it. It's just the thing is, he is on a win streak for sure, but it's also sometimes so expensive, and the chances of getting that third Wukong is so low. You see 5% at level 5, so for quite some time, he might not see a Wukong.
Especially since you already have 2 Wukongs and there's a total of 11 Wukongs in the game.
But then you get to do one of my favorite moments in the game, which is the Beyblade action. You just spin the Wukongs. Both of them just go woo on the board. It's really awesome.
Here we go. There's a Wukong. Ooh, 3-man knockout. There's another one. Gets another knockout on the Zoe. It's a bounce house.
Let her rip, baby.
I love it, I love it. And who knows, maybe he's gonna hard commit to the Chrono over time.
For now, if you're looking at Dial11's board, he's just trying to scout and see what he's most afraid of. Who are the biggest threats to end his win streak? And right now, it seems like he's still very strong relative to the rest of the lobby outside of Shones, who could potentially challenge that.
Yeah, that's I was just looking over at the health total, seeing if there are any streaks going, and he is going against it. So somebody's streak's gonna get ended.
The robots versus the Beyblades.
Early
he stopped it.
Oh,
Lucian taken. Vi ended up targeting the Lucian instead of the
Wukong
Caitlyn.
goes all the way in the back, tries to.
Oh, what?
Nice.
Way.
What a. Gotta report this frontline
I
team.
know.
Caitlyn's completely untouched though.
Totally
Look at all the work
griefing.
she's putting in.
I mean, Vi came and ulted the
Oh.
Lucian, who didn't die. Caitlyn was just enough to the left to surpass all of the frontliners in her shot to the back line.
It's like Caitlyn bent the bullet. Like the magic bullet theory has actually been
movie?
confirmed in Teamfight Tactics.
Angelina Jolie was like, go, bend the bullet.
Here we have Dial11 picking up some Shen. That Lucian is on deck to be replaced by an Ezreal so that he can run the 4 Chronos if he so wishes, giving him a lot of tankiness and a lot of scaling.
And remember, both Lilo and Lekar are both at the threshold of points. So if either one of them take first place, they are crowned the champion of the Galaxy.
Which, even though early it's more likely for people to be tied in HP, I also just enjoy the fact that they're right next to each other with 90 HP on the sideline.
I want to note Solo Gosang and Dog Dog, both at the bottom, are also the 2 players that sold their purple unit. So you can kind of see how detrimental it is if you just end up with a very subpar like Soraka, or if you go for a Fizz and you don't hit the Rumble or the Annie, your Fizz is essentially just...
Yep. It also could just be that they're ecoing super hard. You know, we've seen some people hit 50 gold by the end of stage 2, but it's only if they commit to a lose streak and they're doing things like selling their 4-cost unit. So we'll see how Dog and Solo and Becca continue to come back from it, because it looks like they were committed to the losing streaks.
Yeah, because it's not just a matter of selling the power that you have by potentially playing a 4-cost. You're thinking about everyone else that is keeping theirs on the board, and it's not likely for you to have synergy or items built up to counter that in the early stages. But now we're in stage 3, which is kind of a time that you can start to see some of those shifts.
A little awkward for Dial11 running 3 Vanguard. Could not find the Jace or the Lino just yet, going up against Dog Dog and his what looks like a Vanguard team as well with the Kazakhs. but he's just a measly level
Doesn't
4.
matter. Spins a win, baby. I gotta say that the front line here with only 3 Vanguards is still very effective. Finds a Shen. That can go in. Yeah, protect the win streak. Something that we see, again, very often. The 4th Chrono can come in here.
Still running just 2 Wukongs. He is committed.
You know, I like it. Honestly, it's just having good CC is really powerful, and Wukong has moving CC. The big difference between something like Wukong versus Cho'Gath is that Cho'Gath is static. Once he's committed, units can move out of the range, but Wukong will find you. Wukong will hunt you down. Wukong is the boogeyman.
I think I've seen him around.
Yeah, look under your bed. That's Wukong.
Now then go back to the hotel. Is there Wukong lurking?
The Kazakhs is on the Caitlyn, though. Can she get some peels from her team?
Whoa,
Come
she has
on,
to focus on
Wukong.
to the back.
Ooh, spin!
Wukong spun away from the Kazakhs.
Yes!
It's like, peace, I'm done here.
There you go. The increase of the speed from the Chrono got everybody dealing that damage.
So ominous, too, because he spins closer to you, but it's very slow. So you're just like, don't, stay away. And Wukong just keeps getting closer. He inches ever so slightly forward.
So you have to think about what Da11 plans for this Caitlyn transition. Because we know she's going to get replaced, unfortunately, at some point. I'd be really surprised if he runs it all the way towards the end. Who uses Rageblade Infinity Edge? The obvious candidate is obviously Jhin.
Yeah,
but
they also put on Ashe as well.
Ashe as well. Will we see someone finally go the distance with the sniper comp? He could push level 7 soon to get 4 Vanguard, which would be really nice for that front line.
Yeah, the only thing is that there are some infiltrators out there that he has to be mindful of. Well, this Kai'Sa's not really going to do much just by herself. She needs some backup.
Poke. I
Right.
zap you in the back.
Left. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Kai'Sa looks
She
like
got
the
the
little annoying brother, like, pay attention to me. And then Caitlyn turns around, just headshots. Oh, good.
Yeah, Caitlyn has no problem with that, and you just saw how fast those shots got in the end.
Yeah.
At an 8 streak right now. Still interest in the bank, too.
Ooh, he has a tier. Could consider a Shojin if he really wants to stack an Ashe for that multiple ultimate. Another tier for Seraph. Never a bad item to have on your team. But he is last pick, so might just be left with some very subpar choices.
Items getting grabbed pretty quick here.
Is he eyeing the Wukong? Oh, he's leaning to the right. Oh, yeah, he's like, I want that 2-star Wukong.
That's really nice pickup.
Opens up a slot for him to finally get something else in there. Wukong's gonna be stronger and spinning better than ever.
Yeah, one of the very few times you would pick for a unit when you're win streaking this hard and you can upgrade 1-star 4-cost unit, you would do, like, obviously the rod on the Wukong is not gonna pay that much dividends, but maybe he'll find a Morello down the line.
Only needs 1 more Vanguard to get to that next level.
Yeah, wants a Jace ideally, but if he finds a Leona, could be a little band-aid solution. Not gonna roll for it just yet, just gonna choose to go for the Econ. Very confident in that 2-star Wukong with the GA to carry for a little bit.
He and Shans are still streaking there at the top. Lekko and Lilu, the two that could potentially close out the entire showcase, trailing after.
You know, with Da11, he's holding an Annie and the Ahri on the bench as well. Wukong going in for the spins, while this Caitlyn's still putting out a lot of damage there.
Oh,
And
there
this
we
was
go.
not loss. I was about to say that it felt like he was holding onto these sorcerers to make it difficult for other people, but it might not matter.
Wow,
Solo getting to
just
end the
saying.
streak.
And the Caitlyn hit not hitting the Syndra, but the Syndra sure hit the Caitlyn.
All right, well, so Solo is going to try to turn this around with his sorcerer build. This is something that he's been focusing on a ton.
Chose to stick with it.
But he sees that someone else is also going for sorcerers as well, so it's not going to be an easy road back.
See, I wonder who was the other.
I think it was Lilo, but it was a very brief glimpse that I got.
It would just be pretty funny if it was also Dog and then they're fighting for it again.
Oh, it is
Lilo right here.
He's facing a sorcerer face-off.
2 players competing for very similar units.
Oh, and you know,
Oh no! Because everything's on one side of the board, Vel'Koz deleted everything.
Carves a
yeah.
path.
He's with his spell critting potential as well. That's going to be a scary unit.
It is a very scary unit to me. I think Vel'Koz has flown on the radar for a long time, and all those subtle buffs over time, on top of the fact that sorcerers are starting to find more optimal builds, just means that Vel'Koz is a pretty strong unit. We saw Da11 put Vel'Koz in for those void compositions. That's also another viable path too.
Everybody's still hanging in right now with a couple sorcerer builds. I haven't seen any infiltrators, I don't think, this time around just yet.
I gotta say, these items on the Vel'Koz are a little awkward. The Static Shiv, an item that is traditionally not built at all with the nerf to the damage on it. And the cloak on the Vel'Koz, I have to question.
That sounds like a first unit pick.
Yeah.
Also, if you look at the order of it, well, no, that's not exactly how it works, is it? I don't know. It's definitely something strange. I think maybe Vel'Koz got the first item of the Necrontron cloak, and then Lilo's been combining items before placing it onto the Vel'Koz.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Ooh, Nico's help with 2 vests. I do like GA, but I also love Bramble vest in this. You got so much eye edge running around. It's gonna be interesting to see which one he goes with. Is it gonna be the GA?
It does feel like you have to go for that.
And a Phantom Dancer. Ooh, I wonder if you try to transition Mech Pilot, or is he happy with 6 Sorcerer here on his Annie tank?
Yeah, we've seen the 4 Sorcerer be totally serviceable as well.
And Annie, as a sorcerer, also serves as that frontline potential.
Yeah, and the shield she gains does scale off that 80% extra AP with the Phantom Dancer. And the GA, it is very likely that she can hit that max stack on the Titan's Resolve.
Yeah, Annie's shield used to be ridiculous when sorcerers had 120% spell power, but now it's been reduced, so looks like she's still doing a great enough job without it, but I do feel like there's still a little bit of punch missing. Oh no, where's she doing?
Annie's
Stab.
shield.
Stab.
She ulted the wrong
Stab.
direction.
Stab.
Unfortunate.
Should go too strong.
And I think that's like a symptom of why perhaps that raw 6 sorcerer build people have been pivoting away from it, just because Annie's gotten nerfed, sorcerers have gotten nerfed, and she's just not really that reliable of a frontliner by herself anymore. Mech pilots have been coming in to really replace that.
Yeah, what we may see here is replacing the Poppy and then pushing level 8 to try and find Fizz and Rumble. I mean, you don't need 4-star Guardian, right? And having one tank, especially a Garen with a GA, is always very preferable because it gets proc twice. Once on Garen and once on Annie.
Well, we do see the Infiltrator build that Tigers was talking about, but there's a lot of 1-stars. That's the only thing, my only complaint about this comp right now.
Yeah, he's relying on the Shaco very, very heavily and hoping everybody else will eventually catch up. And so far, so good. That's
Wukong's trying so hard.
Yeah.
A for effort, Wukong.
If he continues to build into that infiltrator work and then the sorcerers keep sticking around with these compositions, it's going to be easy enough for him to blast through those.
Yeah, he's already got 5 Shaco, has an Infinity Edge. No one, from what I can see, has a Bramble Vest to kind of counter him, so gotta really try and figure out a way to get your entire team to focus that Shaco down, because that Shaco does not have anything too defensive, but the RFC on him is going to keep him a little out of range of being focused by the enemy team here.
Wonder who he's going to face off against this time.
Ooh, Leiko want to knock him out as soon as he can so that he doesn't sneak the win.
We got a Kale in action again. Just a 1-star for now, but already has the item stacked.
Oh, the Trapclaw's going to dodge the Fizz ult, giving her enough time to auto this Shaco down. Alright, Wisnera has a tier and a cloak. The cloak is on his Shaco. Might try and find a Dragon Claw for him. That would be really good.
That seems like what he's missing right now is some kind of defensive item to keep him through it.
Does he think he's looking at it? I think he wants it. I can't imagine getting an Ionic Spark. He's just hovering over that Rakan right now. He's going to go straight for it.
Oh, got it.
Doesn't question it. Probably just wants the Dragon Claw to prevent any, Syndra targeting him, any Lux Bind, just to hedge his bets a little bit.
There's a lot of sorcerer comps out there, so getting the Dragon's Claw seems a really big priority. He's also been saving protectors on his bench, and we saw Utenera, his most successful builds so far has been protectors. So it could be one of those things where he sees an opportunity to go into a build that's been proven for him so far.
Lecco just pushed to level 8, and Dog just picked up a 3-star Xin Zhao.
Dog picked up 3-star Xin Zhao. That's going to make it very difficult for Utenera to go protectors.
Ain't that the truth?
And Dog's on the win streak. He's the only person on a win streak, so this could be bad news for Utenera in the long term.
We've talked a lot about Ionic Spark being for the
and he's
front
going against
line,
Dog right
but
now.
Here, trying to get into the back with it on the Kaisa.
Oh, Protector Kaisa.
Protected Kaisa with Seraph, and you know, an infinity on top of it all.
Oh no. So much damage. Dog is making his comeback statement.
Yeah.
There's that 3-star that we just talked about. Such a powerful unit.
As per tradition, we're now switching over to Dog. Does have Valkyrie for that Kaisa, of course, and for Protector. Celestial on top of everything. Pretty low level 6, but honestly, he's rolling for Kaisa, Rakan, and Xin Zhao. The best time to roll for that is level 5 and level 6.
Yeah. Look at the items on her. You've got yourself a good addition of damage with that crit increase on the Infinity Edge. You're also working into that Protector comp and the Seraph, so you're just constantly getting your ult off and shielding and doing major damage.
Hey, I just wonder if the Infinity Edge there is good enough to make Kaisa really hyper carry.
That's true, because Valkyrie is activated, which means she doesn't need a dual gauntlet for her spell to crit. Valkyrie will allow that.
Yeah.
2 Golden Guardian TFT players taking each other on, but only one of them can come out of this little match.
And there you go. Kaisa's still putting in that work.
Yeah, and Becca is going to take some big damage here as well.
Oof.
So we roll into the last component PvE round. What is Dog really looking for here? He's obviously, in terms of champions, looking for ways to finish it, but with his items, what is he looking to finish? And also, if he does, who's he going to put it on?
Maybe potentially go into another Ionic Spark, see how that could work out for him.
But what am I looking for?
And let's see.
Right now.
He's asking too. He says, what am I looking for right now?
We've heard him ask questions to chat throughout the entire tournament so far.
Misfortune, Shen. Shen's okay. Thresh, I'm not gonna be looking for legendaries. Wukong. These are not good items. Trap Claw's not good. These are kind of bad items. I'll decide in a second. Shen, maybe?
Just keep rolling here.
I don't really want this. Maybe another one of those, though. Don't want you.
Nah.
Maybe a Shaco?
Probably wouldn't. He's mostly just looking for Infiltrator and trying to 3-star his Rakan and Kaisa, especially Kaisa, because he's going all in with those items. The drops he got, keep in mind, this is after Chicken's round, so there's no more individual components dropping. What he's working with is a Hurricane, which is not great, a Trap Claw, which is not great either, so he might just go the other way, which is a Zephyr with the Last Whisper.
Last Whisper, maybe?
Yeah, listen to him.
Quicksilver?
I mean, it's kind of like what you're saying. There's not many great options.
I died.
Wait,
Yo!
Kaisa's dead.
You're not winning.
That Misfortune with 10 health turned to the left and just blasted her.
And I think he has to really start committing his item. He doesn't have that health to really be able to slow bleed out. He has to start committing to his items. He has to start hitting some of these big inflection points.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Whenever you see a group of items, components that you're thinking, I don't really want to build into any of this, but you're not in a comfortable decision to be waiting anymore, especially with the completed items on the horizon. When you have this 1 3-star unit with only a single item onto it, do you think he's going to start trying to build into one of these carries a bit more instead of diversifying so much?
Well, he was originally also looking at infiltrators. Oh, it's not a
looking for
3-star
the
Rakan.
Shakos.
There he goes.
Okay.
Dog, use your items, bro. His chat's like, oh, come on, make the Zephyr. It doesn't make it in time.
Oh, no.
Okay, the last
too
Whisper.
late.
You can still make the last Whisper.
Okay.
Doesn't need it. He's fine.
The knockup really only affected the Rakan mostly.
What am I looking for now?
And it's nice because Rakan and Xin Zhao having that built-in synergy because of the Celestial and the Protector.
I do want to kind of say things that, like right now, the way Dog's asking himself out loud is a fantastic way to improve your game. He's asking rhetorically. I don't think he's seriously considering Twitch chat's opinions, but he might be. But the idea is that when you ask yourself critical thinking questions like, what am I looking for? How do I get stronger? How do I win this game? Answer these questions and you can start helping yourself improve, because sometimes people feel so lost. They're like, I'm not sure what to do. Start asking yourself questions and maybe even start looking at Dog's stream.
That's really great insight. Usually whenever I ask myself questions out loud, people just say uninstall the game.
If that's what they're saying to you, then you got off easy.
I think also with an auto battler, right? It kind of makes you think, oh yeah, I can go on autopilot, but that's not really the case. If you're at this tier level, you're having to think about every micro decision. There's an Ezreal that's reached the 2-star in the back, still not going to be able to last around though, and Sean's takes a heavy hit as the damage is starting to get pretty hard hitting.
Sean!
Turning down a Wukong at 2 stars.
It's just,
This doesn't fit, I guess, his comp very much.
He is running 2 Nikos though, which I guess Nico does get the protector benefit compared to Wukong. He's gonna look for an item here. His Xin Zhao is fully stacked. Might go for the Shojin on the Rakan. He's gonna stay alive for a long time.
He said red buff.
this game.
Some anti-healing never hurts.
Yep, anti-healing is a very important thing, especially because red buff has recently gotten, well, buffed to 33%. And of your target's maximum HP. And it's a very important thing, especially to shred compositions that rely on champions like Sona and Soraka a lot.
If somebody's running something like Celestial, just all of those minor instances of healing that you can potentially shut
So
down.
we're basically just rolling for Kaisa. Is that inting?
Said he's looking for Kaisa.
Oh,
I don't think it's inting.
red buff on the Echo too, so he's gonna choose to keep
It
Echo.
applies a red buff, which makes sense.
Just rolling for the Kaisa now.
Rolling at level 7. And
Oh,
Kaisa
nice,
does appear.
nice.
Okay. A little bit closer than he was before.
Gets the Nico as well. Could potentially 3-star the Nico on top of it all.
He's
Oh,
gonna wait. He's gonna wait.
What was on his bench? I didn't see it.
He just sold a bunch of 2 and
random
3 cost units, it
Chica,
looks like.
All right, he's going against Becca again. Becca could get knocked out here. She's at 7 HP.
Ooh, it's
Yeah,
that Aurelion Soul. If no one's targeting it, and all the infiltrators are in the back, who's gonna focus the Aurelion Soul? The Xin Zhao. Ooh, takes it out real fast, but the kill goes unimpeded for now.
Yeah, and that Cho got popped though, and that was a big distraction piece.
We're strong.
Oh,
He is.
Oh, and Becca is gonna get eliminated.
Eliminated.
Oh. No.
Out in 7th place. Solo with an 8th place. He's still not at that 18-point threshold.
Oh.
More importantly, Lecco is still in.
Yeah.
Lilo is still in. Both these players, if you're just tuning in, both these players are on match point. If they finish with the first place, they will be the champions.
Right now, Dog is pretty much almost guaranteed to make it into the qualifier round. Just wants to play spoilers.
I guess the guy in first.
Making sure Lilu, who's on
We're gonna put the.
a 4-game win
We're gonna put
streak.
this back here.
Yeah, and the hard thing is, so we have 2 that could potentially win it all this game, but the longer it goes on and the more people that pass that threshold, if you're not there yet, you're someone like Solo Gasang, it feels more and more out of your reach.
Yeah.
There's the Echo ult is just so cool.
Yeah, the Echo ult is applying red buff is very big because if the earlier he does it, burns it down, and when you're not being able to chase down units, sometimes the burn just kills them. Is Da 11 out of this game?
Oh.
Very close.
Sliver of health. 4 HP left on the board
This
for
guy
him.
wins the game. though.
Dog's on a hot streak. Scouting out Lilo. Oh, this is the first time we've seen it.
All right, so there's a small percentage of the time when you get to the end of stage 5 and you face Space Cane, he could have 3 items, and it's random, completely random, and he gets 2 Shojins
Double Shojin
and an RFC. But some people got Seraphs and GA.
GA
Whoa,
and
Seraph
so
Luden?
Double Trap
dumb.
Claw is kind of weird, but okay.
Okay, everyone got great stuff.
I guess when you get 3 items, it
I don't
increases
know.
your chances.
The Sorcerer's getting Seraphs and GA seems really
Yeah,
good.
that's insane.
Everyone hands together in the chat and say, thank you, Mort.
Thank you, Base Mort.
Thank you, Mort.
That's
That-
really sick.
Those
Oh,
are
yep,
just
that's
two
the first
contested
item.
items.
There's
Everyone
the
always wants to go for them.
items resolved. There's the Guardian Angel, a Seraph. Unfortunately, Vel'Koz full up on item for now, but you can still slap it on your Ahri. No big deal.
When you're working into Sorks in general, I think you're happy with a lot of them getting the Seraphs.
Can't complain. Maybe even on your Syndra as well.
Yes.
Or what about a second Vel'Koz too?
Oh!
And then you just get it all popped off.
Oh
if
my
he
goodness.
eventually gets it to
Wait,
3-star.
Titan's Resolve on your Vel'Koz? That
Sure.
Why not, right?
Actually,
It attacks a
no.
little faster. I mean, recurve bow stats.
I mean, if he builds into the 3-star and then he can just put these items on whoever he wants with the pop-up, there's also that aspect too. It allows him to rearrange without sacrifice.
Just be, it'll kind of be like one of those laser booby traps at a bank to protect the
Oh,
It's going to be all these lasers, but he's going up against
Okay.
I
Dog.
want to look at
Okay.
this Rakan with the double
Oh no,
Shojin.
the mech got Zephyred.
Oh, okay,
Egg
knocks
Zephyr
it up.
Rakan's in the back.
Echo
Possibly.
does its job. 2 autos will be enough mana, right? Knocks it up again.
The Khan is going to keep stunning.
But here comes the pilots.
Does it matter?
Nope. It's just gonna put them in the bounce house.
Ooh. Happy birthday. We brought the moon bounce just for you.
That double Shojin coming in so nicely.
What a
for Dog.
big moment too, because Lilo's at level 9, Dog's at level 7. And, you know, he was still able to beat him. So, you know, Dog, if he's able to start saving up his eco, maybe even start hitting other things like his 3-star Kai'Sa, which I think he's still looking for.
Leiko, Lilu, both still in the game. Can Dog play spoilers and secure himself a ticket to qualify?
5 people still in this. And it's crazy the 2 people that can win it all are still sticking around. Cho'Gath starting to come around too.
Oh, wait.
Ooh, the Rakan got pulled into the back.
Let's go. Oh, that's really decent knockup.
Oh, the Misfortune only ulted Echo, and then Echo immediately ults.
Oh, but no one's back on the Misfortune again. She is just chilling in the corner, but
Too much pressure. Dog starts looking away because he knows he's already won.
Economy, I'm level 7.
Oh,
That's actually so bad.
Leiko holds on with 1 health.
1 health.
Dog
Top
has
4.
no economy left, though. You kind of heard him say it.
Yeah.
He's stuck here at level 7 for a while, and he wants to get to level 8.
And there are no synergies that he can sacrifice right now for just kind of an immediate band-aid.
I need like a fawn.
Here's another thing, too, by the way. If Lilo finds the forbidden 3-star Vel'Koz, then he was going to have some of these items pop off. He can
Ooh.
redistribute
That's
them.
so,
It's going to
yeah.
be really fun to watch when that happens.
A lot of times you have to sell the unit to be able to do that, and that's just going to be a whole way for him to rearrange his comp and positioning, which units are carrying.
Yep, in Teamfight Tactics, when you have too many items because they fuse together, they'll start popping them off.
Oh, can Dog take out? Oh, no, not a lot of people on the kill, though, besides this level 1 Echo. Does have 90% increased attack speed.
he
Doesn't get to
wasted it.
out.
He wasted all his time over there on the kale.
Oh, okay, Dog's gonna stay alive. Leiko's gonna hang in there. Lilu's gonna take out Sean.
Oh, no,
Dog
it's
needs
Dog.
to win, or else this tournament is over.
Dog, it is all on you to keep it going. You see Becca in the chat saying, David, you have to win.
Okay.
Dog has to take first place,
Dog
otherwise
beats
we're guaranteed a
Lilu.
victor.
Lilu beats Leko, but Leko beats Dog?
What? This is insane. All right, Dog, no pressure whatsoever. We want more games at TFT.
Dog, you
That's
can't
all I want. I
lose.
just want more gameplay.
Everyone in the Twitch chat, now is the time. If you like Dog, if you like NA, spam your support for him now.
But if you like Leko and you like Lilu and you want them to take it home, then give them all of your energy because both of them are that close to that jacket.
Put all of the energy in the chat.
Oh, man. This is the longest 13 seconds of my life.
I am right there with you.
Whew. I love
Here
it. We
we
got
go.
different comps.
It just
All right.
matters whether or not Dog gets knocked. Could be a double kill by Lilu, too.
He's likely
Yeah.
to face a ghost here, but he also is likely to face Lilo.
Oh, this is good for him.
there
He has a
is.
chance against Lilu. He beat him last
That's
time.
the plan right now.
He does.
Okay.
He also got the Zephyr in the
Ooh.
back.
Zephyr!
Kai'Sa in the back line!
Back.
Is it enough
Kale.
She needs one more out.
Oh,
to get the shield?
oh my
Yes.
gosh. Wait, was that it?
The mech has separated, and now Dog is going to look like he wins this fight pretty convincingly. Lilo's going to take some big damage. Ligo's eliminated. Ligo lost to the
Oh,
ghost.
wait, I just have to beat this guy.
Okay.
Big moves here as Dog
Dog is now face to face versus Lilo.
Right, that's
So
a rocket,
Lecco
dude.
has to wait another game if he wants to win it. He is also rooting for Dog right now against Lilu, who could take it all
can't
home.
do it. Like,
20
how am I supposed
HP
to-
to 11. This is our last round late.
This worked out so well for Dog, having Leiko go against Lilu's Ghost Army, I believe, which caused
He's gonna
Leiko
lose
to
his
get
move
knocked
somewhere.
out,
I
leaving
just don't know
Dog
where
with the
he's gonna move it
advantage. Lilo needs to try and avoid the Zephyr on his Garen and maybe move some of his front line to the front. Sorry, his back line to the front to dodge those infiltrators, especially that Kaisa. Is he gonna make the decision in time? There's a lot of movement at the
Dog
end.
misclicked twice.
Oh, his Vel'Koz was there. I don't
Yeah,
think I can
he
do it.
moved the Vel'Koz last
Zephyr.
second.
Oh, Zephyr's a Zoe.
Gets the Zoe.
Shinzao's focusing the Garen. There's a Valkos on the left that goes mostly uncontested, still alive. Valkos on the right's gonna get popped.
Oh, wait.
It's
Oh my
enough.
goodness.
We
Wait.
got this.
I think he's got it.
Did we got this?
One
more blow.
I don't think it's gonna kill him.
Oh.
This item might play spoiler here.
Shojin.
Gets
Another
another
Shojin's.
Oh, that's pretty good.
A
Chalice.
chalice for a sorcerer composition?
Oh, this
How much is
is.
it to level next turn? 26, 24? I can level and jam and Mystic. That should help, right?
You know, that
That'll help a little bit for
like,
sorcerers, I would
Yeah,
say,
you know,
yeah.
30 MR across
That
the
could
board
make a
on everyone.
difference.
The good news is that Dog mispositioned against that fight and still won pretty convincingly. So I
guess the
think
old
Dog
barrier,
is
though.
in a really good spot here. But Lilo,
Well, we'll see.
he's leaning back here, trying to hope that he has find some way to fight back against this composition.
I think Lilo knows, like, he's capped out. He positioned really well. What else can he
he
do?
can get a 3-star Vel'Koz still.
Yeah, he's still working with those two that are fully equipped and placing them on opposite sides. Also waiting till last minute to make sure he doesn't get caught by any Zephyrs.
Okay, the roll down here from Dog. He has 2 Mystics he can place in, one over the Nikos, a second copy.
Pretty sure it's Raka.
He has to position, make sure to keep scouting. Lulu 2 from Lilo, that's a big
Oh,
moment.
that's huge
That's
if
a
it
very
hits the
big moment.
Kaisa.
Oh boy.
And does it have the chalice?
Deep breath.
Yeah,
It does.
Yep.
Decides it.
Oh, he remade one of the Valkos, I believe, to give it to the Lulu.
And here we go.
Oh.
I think he
This
goes
is
on
it.
the Raka.
Okay, Zephyr went on the Ari in the back. Lulu's gonna. Oh, Kaisa deleted by the Lulu. She got turned into a muffin, taking extra damage.
did my
Echo's
girl
trying
go?
to freeze.
Oh no!
Oh, but the knockoff of Rakan! Trying to
This
get
is
to
so
the back
close.
line! The polymorph!
He's still here!
Lulu takes it all.
Lilo! Second place for Dog means that Lilo takes first place in the entire dang showcase!
Congratulations to Lilo. He is the showcase champion, playing a lot of different compositions and showing you that he is truly the Galaxy champion.
Okay, let's go ahead and look at our champion one more time. Lilo, congratulations to him. And of course, Lecco, Dog following right behind. Shones had enough points